Why?
Um, I'm
Huh?
I'm in a different location right now
Oh,
because my dad is using the room for his work.
I
So
see.
right now I need to stay out here.
Don't blah blah. You're at your boyfriend place lah. That's why you cannot turn on lah.
No, I for real.
Yeah, then you show me lah.
I cannot.
你看我厉害骗他哦。
It's
Okay,
my
Alvin, why are you
later
asking?
later I dox myself.
Okay,
I
why are
dox
you
myself.
Alvin, why are you asking me to look at your 天花板啊？望天啊，看天啊。Hey, come on, bro. See your face then. Thank you, my dear. All right. Welcome. Today is the last lesson for Western versus Eastern. And then after that, we're going to do a listening comprehension. And hopefully that score some marks. I never enjoyed listening comprehension. Who is here? Jiraiya. Oh, Jiraiya is coming in. Oh, I nearly forgot about him. Oh my goodness, I always forget to buy a mic for him. Where's Jiraiya? Is Jiraiya coming in? Have you done this before? No, Zhonghan? Hi, Jiraiya. Turn on your camera. So, the difference between East and West in terms of what? In terms of culture, in terms of educations? Well, I will start first. If there's a comprehension passage about this, about essay, about a topics, about oral, you can talk about anything. So, in terms of educations, I feel the Western educations are more creative, more fun, more interesting. Thank God I have received both sides. I'm educated in the East as well. I'm educated in the West. Okay. But the thing is like, what is the difference between the East and the West educations? The East educations field, I feel that we are more disciplined, we are more memorizing words, and then we are more down to earth and more time doing step-by-step procedure. But West is like, come on, man, baby, we're gonna do it in a different manner, more creative. And true enough, I think this generation is all full about creativities. I cannot accept things like very, very conservative at times. Certain things, yes. But honestly, I feel that your generation should be more creative, more fun. And that is why Ministry of Education Singapore is changing the pedagogy, the style. So no doubt we are Asian, we are all here sitting in this room here, we are all Asians, we are all Chinese. But we must, to me, we must have the Asians Chinese culture, but we must adopt, and accept Western thinking and ideology. It would be best to have both work together so that we are able to fulfill what we have. That's why it's called 东西合并东方跟西方文化. Why I say that? Because later we'll talk about this feature later on. So in terms of education, I feel that Singapore MOE has a lot of ways to improve, but we are multiracial countries. We cannot have too much of Western style because we need to understand. Next year, I mean not next year, your Set 3 you should know. The social study has tell you the assimilations, integrations, and diversities, and all these are very important in a country like Singapore. All right, why? Because we want to live in peace and harmony. I think any of your friends from overseas come to Singapore, the first thing they'll ask, they'll tell you, wow, very beautiful place, very clean, very nice place. And recently got one girl, Rolling. Not one girl, one lady put a Hermes bag. Hermes, Hermes bag is very expensive bag. Usually we use tissue paper to choke seat 对吗？好像你们要去买东西，你就用 tissue paper choke 那个 table and chair. She used her 40,000 handbag to choke seat. Oh my goodness. 中恒，我跟你讲在印度是在 Africa 还是在哪里？Bye bye the bag already gone. But Singapore, you see, I used to work in Paragons and Starbucks. When I quit my MOE job. So I was in Paragon doing this dishwashing. And then you won't believe me. So the police officer walked past, hey, how come your customer put their laptop there, here, and there? I say, very common. Every day like that one. And then where they go? Toilet. They just leave the laptop like that. And it's so, and then I asked them, you don't worry your laptop gets still. No, I here got camera, ma. Singapore is very safe place. Wow. 路不拾遗啊. I'm so proud. But don't take this for granted sometimes. You never know. Some foreigners come here might take this advantage and go. Recently, right, the landed property all the foreigners came here to go and housebreaking and stole millions of dollars. So what got to do with educations? Well, the educations, what we study is whether we are able to filial piety, whether we are able to understand the natures of what we study. Example, if we study geography and history, do we know what is 饮水思源? Why do we study 岳飞, Cao Cao, Liu Bei, Guan Yu, Zhou, Qi Yan, all these, or even famous people in the East, or same thing in the West. Why they talk about George Washington, Albert Einstein, Abraham Lincoln, all these famous people. We had the philosophy here we are talking about. Can we use this in your real life? As you come to my lesson, I'm very particular of real life experience. Okay, not just textbook. Because at the end of the day, MOE inside 10, 15, 20 years, then you just FO from there, and then you're going to face the real world. Are you going to use that all whatever you learned in your study now? Alvin, Singen, Jiraiya? No, right. Most of the time, you will face the world according to what you see. So, okay, let's start from the rest of you. Okay, so in terms of educations. So, Zhonghen, the difference between East and West in terms of what? Okay, I give you 1 minute to think. Jiraiya, if you cannot talk, you have to type it out. Okay.
What's the question?
Oh, then number 9. Number 9.
I think the difference, right, is like in terms of the duration, cause like in the Western,
In terms of what?
like the duration of school.
Oh, the timing in school study. Yeah. Okay, carry on.
Because like in China, right, or in the most of the Eastern
Asian country.
schools,
Asian
the Asian
country.
countries, right, most likely it's like they will start school early and they will end school quite late. But like in Western countries, right, their school is like more flexible, and I think it's like shorter than Asian countries.
Well, you're the first one to tell me this. But at the end of the day, you realize the Western always have the shorter duration of study, and yet they come up more invention than the West East. At end of the East, people work until so hot, bloody hard, and now have to report and work for the Amor, the 老外。这样不对嘞！像我们读到这么辛苦，读书真辛苦，见师如见虎，只怪秦始皇，鸡蛋糕烧书烧不完。那这就是烧不完怎么办呢？难道你怪秦始皇吗？你不要忘记这个是我自己想出来的OK， 你们要自己去想。其实读书不辛苦其实中文你讲的没有错。We study because we got long durations. You know why? Because the Eastern have discipline. We know what it is. You see, if we are all Chinese, I cannot take it when we Chinese who do not appreciate our Chinese mother tongue. I really cannot take it. Okay, because 我们中国华人文化几千年历史，就这样给你们这一代拜完了，真是丢脸，不可以。So we want to know that why you say duration is shorter than that side. Don't forget, West, I already told you, right, they allow creativities. But you realize that Asians, they do have creativities. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you, Zhonghen, for telling me that this is recording. Because 我们永远是东方不败。Zhonghen, we want to get the best of it. But the question is, do you realize, do you all agree that if you all agree, thumbs up, thumbs up. 我们华人是一个很自私的人类 very selfish. Whereas in the West, whatever they invented, they will share, and then they will patent rights, they copyright, you know. And then in the Asians, we always say, 我只能我教你怎么煮饭呢？我只教你几招，其他我要收起来，这个是家常秘方。有那个武功也是这样。Why must be like that? Well, the West is really open and share and really open up in discussions. That's my class. I prefer the West thinking. The East thinking is like different way. Thank you very much. There's no conclusion. There's no answer for that, Zhonghen. Okay. It's going to be like that for maybe 1-2 more generations and before it starts to change. But I don't think it will change like that because it has been like that for thousands of years. Back to you, Singen, in terms of what? Hazel, next will be you. Luoning, Alvin, and then last but not least, Antenna. So Jiraiya, if you want, can type your answer. Xingyuan. The difference between the East and West in terms of education, in terms of duration of study. How about you?
I think they are different in terms of
大声一点啊，大哥，我听不到啊。
I think there are difference in terms of like 国家管理
Oh, the management,
yeah
the governments,
yeah
okay, in terms of the government's style politics, 来讲，你
yeah
说不同。
so in Singapore or in China we hardly see like uh like beggars on the street but but in Western right like like in the most like 豪华的城市 you can still see like beggars you know so
大哥，你这是一面之词嘞，only one-sided affair. You know, in Indonesia, in Thailand, in India, in Vietnam, Cambodia, there are still a lot of beggars. We are talking about three different things. Developed, underdeveloped, underdeveloped, developing, and developed countries. So this is got to do your geography styles. Yeah, true enough. I would say the governments in Asians are more to a certain level of hierarchy compared to the West. They are very one level, flat level. That means they can even draw their Rolling, you know that many years ago they draw the naked truth. They draw Bill Clinton and the assistant naked. Really paint the really draw them as naked because the naked truth. How can you do that to a president? Only the US will do that. How can you go and list Donald Trump as the cousin of Donald Duck? That's why I say but anyway, thank you very much. Yeah, it's true enough that they are in terms of 他们的管理, the way they govern their countries, because we still have the different cultures. True enough. Thank you very much. Who's next? Hazel or Alvin? Alvin?
Me.
Oh, Hazel. Okay.
Question is what?
Number 9. Question number 9.
Okay, the difference between East and West in terms of
Your idea. So this is just a practice of your oral presentation skill. Okay. Now.
okay.
Yeah.
Oh my god, this is so hard. The East is, I feel like the East is more open towards newer ideas, while no, the West is more open to newer ideas, and the East is more conservative in that sense. For example, for example, feminism. So in the West, feminism is very brought up and is very prevalent, with a lot of media promoting an idea of being a quote-unquote girl boss. However, in the Eastern culture, a lot of people still believe that women should serve the man in a traditional marriage, which is a very conservative idea. I also feel like East, the East, they prioritize family more than the West. I see that there is a lot of Asian families or Eastern families take their family core values to heart and will
Too hard. Oh, okay. True.
and they will like do things that they think fit into their family values, whereas the Western is a bit more loose and carefree on this aspect, in the sense that they may not have that strong of a family how do you pronounce that word? Familial bond.
Oh,
Most families in America have their children move out when they turn 18, while most families in Asia prefer that the children still stay with them even when they are a legal adult. Either this or they move to somewhere that is closer to the parents. This is a key example of how Eastern families have a high priority of their family. Like they take their family in a very high priority. Hope that makes sense.
Very good, very good. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you. That's all.
Yeah, that's all. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Alvin, which one do you in terms of Alvin?
I think like the main difference between the East and the West is sort of like an identity of like who you are, depending on where you are, Eastern or Western. Based on the traditional Eastern thinking, most of the time you will be want to be like included in a society to like contribute to it and also to like serve a certain purpose. Say like in China, that'll be like for a country, or in Singapore, that'll also be like for a community. But in Western countries, sometimes they tend to prioritize freedom over such things. So their personal identity will be more like a more selfish approach, and like a less of a everyone is included scenario. Instead, they will try to maximize what they can have at the time, like stereotypically lah, for once.
I see. Thank you for your sharing about freedoms of speech, freedoms of thoughts, freedom of choice, freedom of what you want to do. I think the East has been subdued for quite a long time, Alvin, for thousands of years until we do not have freedoms. Everything,我结婚爸爸妈妈都要管，我生孩子爸爸妈妈也都要管，我做什么工爸爸妈妈都要管，我什么东东爸爸妈妈都要管我做什么，我政府要管什么啊，我都没有自由啊。当然自由 freedom is very important lah. We must limit the freedom. But because the West, they give a lot of freedom to their citizens, that's why they are more advanced. So the East already start to realize that this is important. Freedoms is still necessary. But because we are Asian culture, Asian and Eastern culture, we tend to take the traditional value very seriously and protect and prevent and preserve our cultures. Even we allow freedoms. But once you have these freedoms, you might overrun you might overshot, mean that take advantage of the person. So that's why we need certain freedom. Just like I think last week we did a survey, Rodney, you're not here. Would you give your child 100% freedom when they are only less than 18 years? Will you allow your child to go vaping, smoking, taking alcohol, taking drugs, don't come back home early and go pubs and all these things, and then go and make a fool of himself, or even their study are very good. This is Western culture, right? I had the Western culture when I studied in London, but I still don't like it. Sorry, I still prefer my Eastern culture. Nevertheless, you're not wrong, Alvin. Are we going to change these terms of freedoms for the next few generations? You guys have to decide. And according to Hazel, are we going to change the kind of feminisms, 重男轻女? Are we going to slowly eradicate this issue? Nobody knows. Okay, thank you very much. Lori?
Okay, for me, right, I feel like the firstly is like their food. Personally, I feel like the Eastern food is like more into like how to say more spicier food, especially in like China and all that. I feel like their food is very
麻辣
spicy.
火锅, huh?
Yeah, it's very yummy though. Okay, but I feel like Westerns also a lot of like how to say they don't really put rice in their food. I guess like their rice is just their potato and all that. Okay, and another thing, I feel like everybody already said like the same thing, but I feel like the Western is more how to say into their culture and very very strict on like majority of the things. Like for example, some people in like the Eastern like countries, like these are like the most one lah. Like mostly, people usually have like arranged marriage by like their parents and all that. Well, whereas compared to like the Western, you can like be free to marry whoever you want, which I think is like a really, really, really good thing because like they are more open and all that. But I think they also differ from their medicines. You know, like Western, they might have like how to say more fastly recovered medicines, but like the Eastern is more how to say they are more in-depth medicines, like those that really, really heal you inside, you know. Yeah. I feel that's
So
a
you,
few differences that I remember.
so you talk so much about all these. Will you allow your son and daughter next time to learn 中医还是西医? To be a Western doctor or to be a TCM doctor? You get it, lah? So if you say East are so good, will you allow your child to marry to another race or another religion? So last week, one of my students asked me, can a Malay marry to another non-Malay? Of course can lah. In Singapore, you don't care. But in Malaysia, if you want to marry to a Malay ladies or a guy, you must convert into Muslim. So, but in the West, they don't care. They want, as long as you are both couple, some people, whether they are same religion, same race, after they marry for 1-2 years they divorce, then remarry again. 1-2 years they divorce. It's like 他们当 marriage 好像在吃饭这样，在玩游戏这样。They don't treasure the relationship. I'm not saying you're wrong. Sorry, I need to stand out because my arm is very painful now. I need to swing my arm. Okay, thank you. Last but not least, Atana, what do you think in terms of what?
So I feel like Western culture, they are like more open towards things in terms of like maybe passion or interest, and like Western they would speak out on like what they like, while Eastern will like most probably like keep to themselves. Then like I feel like, for example, I can use like sexuality. The Western they like okay lah with sexuality, like different sexuality, they are open to those, and they are like more accepting now. But Eastern, whenever like someone opens up on their sexuality, their parents will like
Taboo, very taboo. Oh my God, how can you say about sex in front of me? Correct now. Right? So are you saying that in the East?
Yeah, like East, like the parents will see like, what is wrong with you, like something like that lah. Then Western, the parents like more accepting and allowing them lah.
Yeah, this is a very good question. In fact, last few days, one of my students asked me, and then they say, is it okay? May I ask all of you? She just asked me this question, and she's a Malay student. She asked me, Mr. Raymond, is it okay for teenagers to have dating, no? Boyfriend and girlfriend? You know what is my answer? Go ahead. Huh? It's like, you sure not? Yeah, go ahead. If you got boyfriend and girlfriend, go ahead. And nothing wrong. The two things you cannot do at your age now, I told her, is that you cannot have sexual intercourse. It's against the law. Good luck to you. And second thing, okay, you cannot what do you call goes against the person's will to do something, like force the person to do something that is against his will. So he say, is it okay to have like holding hand in the public, and things like that? I say, come on, look at Singapore. All the school students are holding hand. In my previous school also got people holding hand, all these things. And there are people who are around 14, 15s in my school and in my other place. After that, when they become adult, they got married. Who say teenagers cannot get boyfriend and girlfriends? Provided you must know your limits. Provided you know that there are two things you cannot do. Do not have sexual things. And second thing, respect, not against people's will. And most important thing is that you know your priority is study. Sometimes a girlfriend and boyfriend can help you to do your study, can motivate you, provided both parents agree. All right, but this is, I agree with you, Aidana, is to be open up to share. You know what happened? You're drinking. I don't want to choke you. One day, my younger son, P5, no, last year or this year, I was driving, and so I go and pump petrol kiosk, pump petrol. Right in front got this place called Condom. You know it's Condom, okay? So my son asked me, Daddy, what is this? Then the salesperson look at me, behind got long queue. I cannot tell them, son, this is balloon. Cannot, right? I said, this is for prevention for pregnancy. I was praying that don't ask me the second questions. How to use it? Oh, how come? What is the purpose? Oh my goodness, everyone's staring at me. Say, son, this is a very sensitive topic. I'm not going to discuss you in front of everybody. We'll discuss it when we go home. Open up. No point. You can say you stupid, I idiot. How can you talk this? My generation, my parents will do that to me. Then you think, what the hell? What did I do wrong? I always encourage my student to talk openly, right, Jiraiya? Open up. I'm not your teacher. Please don't treat me as a teacher. I'm like your uncle, I'm like your friend, I'm like your bro. Open up a discussion. I'm here not to help you to get A1 in your study. Sorry, I'm wrong class. I'm here to make sure your ABC is correct. Attitude, behavior, characters, and then move on to discipline with excellent result and fabulous lifestyle. So you come in here, you open up. When you open up, you learn better. When you learn better means you are able to ask a lot of questions. There is no such thing as stupid questions. So, and then you agree. We are talking about how all these things, the West is thinking this way, the East is very conservative. Sometimes, to be honest, it's good to be a bit conservative. 有些话该讲就讲，有些话不该讲就不要得罪人。所以我们华人有很多礼数 ，which is good. But the American style is I hire and fire. I don't like you, I ask you to get lost. I like you, I just give you whatever. That means it's purely business now, 没有感情的。我们华人有感情的。我们鞠躬啊 we bow, we all these things like that, like that. We got reason, we got respect. Hey, hello, our history is 5,000 years. And now it's the history is growing 5,000 years plus. Our term is so useful compared to the English idioms. So if you ask me, sorry, give me a minute. What is it coming? Sorry, thanks. So I like these kind of open conversations and discussions so that you allow you to learn better. Jiraiya say that I feel that religion is very different in the East and West. In the East sides, religions like Taoist, Buddhism, and Hinduism focus on balance in lives, yin and yang, and more towards inner peace. While in the West, religions like Christianity, Islam, hello, brother, Islam and Judaism is in the East, East, not in the West, Islam is in the East, okay? And focus towards salvation and the phrase of good and evil. Okay lah, I tell you. Regardless of whether what religion it is, Jiraiya. All the religions in this world is to teach human being to be what few things. Respect, responsibility, okay, and reciprocate. The 3R. Respect, responsibility, and reciprocate. That means two-way traffic. 以善往来. Very good, Jiraiya, to end with you about this picture here. Well done, well done. So thank you very much to all the leaders here for your sharing of your 2 cents worth of thoughts about in terms of what. So one day, if next time your children ask you, Mommy, Daddy, how I come to this world, you don't tell me a plane fly, 那只鸟飞过来敲门, ding dong, and put the baby in front of you. This is the old story, That's my generation. The new generations, that's why in set P5, set 1, set 2, we talk about sexuality issues. It's going to open because we have the advance of internet. Wow, we cannot, but no choice. We have to open up. And if you don't open up, you have unnecessary abortions, sexual transmitted disease, AIDS, viruses. Especially look at countries like in Philippines, in Thailand. Oh my goodness. Wow, when I went to Thailand and see all those kids, and when I was in Vietnam, wow, poor thing. I will not show you. I got some picture will show you. I think you will look at the picture, you'll cry. There are some children are so bad because, that is how the situation is. Okay, next. Like looking at this one, what is the difference between these two pictures? Can anybody tell? I feel this picture got something wrong. So it's up to you to tell me. Okay, anyone can tell me what's wrong with this picture? Wow. Zhong'an?
Like one is talking about religion, then one is talking about war.
About what?
About like war, I guess.
Okay. Very close to my answer, but still not close to my answer. Xingyan.
One.
What's wrong with this picture?
It's like. It's like
in the first place,
religion
do you think this
over
picture got something wrong? You can say no, you can say yes.
It's like religion over royal like that.
Okay, region over war. Okay, thank you. How about Hazel?
Hmm?
Anything wrong with this picture?
It's not a fair comparison. I don't know what they're comparing.
No, your thoughts, my dear.
No,
Don't-
exactly. That's what's wrong with the picture. You're supposed, if you're going to compare something, you need to compare like one thing to another. Like you can compare girl and boy. You can
Hmm.
compare hair long and hair short. This one, what is this? What metal
like
and
Lisa.
armor is it? What is this? Metal and wood. I can't tell. It's
Ah.
like totally two different things. What am I supposed to say about this?
Anything,
This one is
anything.
standing up, this one is sitting down, is it?
Anything.
No, that's the thing. That's what's wrong, is that I cannot compare. That's
Ah.
the only thing. That's why
Okay.
it's like
All
very
right, I
weird.
will
Because
give you my answer. Don't worry. All right, no
Mm.
problem. How about you, Alvin? What do you think about this picture?
It's comparing two things that does not signify the philosophy of both Eastern and Western. Because in the diagram, it is Western's philosophy is being represented by a knight, and Eastern philosophy is being represented by Buddha. I think this cannot be a fair comparison because the Buddha is a religion, but the knight is almost like tradition. So these two things have they cannot be compared because there's no variation. And
Very
also,
close to my answer. Very close. Ethan, well done, Alvin.
I feel like one is like religion and one is like fiction and war.
Mhm.
It's like are you saying that like Western people cannot be like Buddhists, or are you saying like Eastern people cannot be like warriors?
That's why Hazel cannot answer me because I understand why she cannot say, hello, uncle, why you show me these two pictures? Compare what? You must give me a title, then philosophy, right? But comparing what thing? That's okay. Thank you, Ethan. Dryer, who else? Rolling, last one.
I totally agree with Hazel on this one. Cause like it's very
Agree with
funny.
who? Agree with who?
I agree with Hazel on this one.
Mm.
Like I feel like personally, right, it's not something that like you can compare something to, you know what I mean? Like usually when you compare stuff, you're supposed to compare gender, for example. Like example, you compare boy versus a girl. But for this one, there's no how to say common criteria. I
Okay.
don't know how to say it, but you know, in when you write answers for your SS
And
stuff,
actually, correct.
there's this
Yes.
common.
Yes.
I forgot what's it called.
Common
Then
criteria.
yeah, exactly. And then there's like a specific criteria and all that, but there's no common criteria for this one, so it's very hard to say. But basically, what I can interpret, basically, I'm thinking that the knight and shining armor should be Western, and then the Eastern is like cultural. But like, it's also kind of confusing to me because like, what are you trying to imply from that? Like, are you just trying to say that, oh, the Western does not value their culture as much as the Eastern, or maybe I also really have no idea.
Okay, thank you. Dryer, anything to say? Okay, it's so straightforward. I know it's a statue of God and the other one is a knight. Now, what happened is this, I feel that is wrong. Hear me out. You, Hazel and Rolling, you're not the first one. I got other class. You know, see what compare? I don't see any. The one is sitting down, one standing, one very violent, one very peaceful. You are right. Do you realize that Eastern culture, we are more peaceful, we are more loving, we are more calm, we are more into the doctrines of love, forgiving, and caring. While in the Western, they are talking about power struggle. They are like to colonize people. They like to attack people. They like to show weapon. They like to show arsenal. They like to show sword and then conquer others and make them become slave. That is their power struggle. So the Western, you don't realize that. Until today, here now, today, 28th of August. Is it true the West is always asked for power? Tell China cannot do that. Tell Taiwan cannot do that. Tell the one Ukraine, the Russia, and tell this cannot. But yet they themselves are also what? A human rights issue. But in the East, we are very peaceful people. Because of our religion, that's why I say in my social study, I always tell my students, no matter what topic comes out, religion is still number one. People can die for religion. It's called the jihad war. It's called the holy war by the Islam. Okay, I know long enough because I'm a history teacher and I'm a history student. So I'm telling you, I feel that I when I was searching this research in the Google, I saw this picture straight away. Wow, it really whoever used this picture to show the Eastern philosophy and Western philosophy, 它是最高境界, very highly intelligent. Is to tell me the picture speaks 1,000 words. Look, hello, excuse me, ladies and gentlemen. Buddha, sit down, relax, calm. The thing is 他不要把那个 warrior 换成 Jesus Christ 嘞。You see, that show that 你自己去想啊，大家大哥大姐，你们去想 ，from the day you 懂事到现在啊，你不觉得 Western 每次是打人？哎，不对耶，Uncle，Eastern 也是打人，可是他们打人不是annex 哎，中国有打人吗？中国是在自己的国家。泰国也是这样，你看那个like Spain 啊 Portugal 啦 ，you study history in Sec 1, you know right? Why the East Indians and the Dutch Indies company come to Singapore? Go and take all the things and then colonize us and make us to become slave. 为什么 Spain, Portugal, France, Germany, Italy, England, United States of America, all these Western countries, because of their technology, they come here. 还有啊，你不觉得知道吗 ？Antenna and Alvin， 那个鸦片战争，中国鸦片战争，谁来侵略我们？八国联军打中国一个。We want this happening? I'm still Chinese 啊，虽然我受到 Western education, I'm still Chinese. My root is from China. I will never forget the Opium War because I studied that war before and I hate that war. And now people say, China, you cannot be so expanding. You cannot take over the Spratly Islands. What are you doing with the South China Sea? What did they do? Why must you send the weapon to Taiwan, to South Korea, and then to Ukraine? What is it true? Do we all Chinese Asians send weapon to other country? We didn't. We send food. We send medicine. We send help. We send administration. We give money. That is what we make us a difference. 不用紧，各位宝贝, you might take a while because later on when you go higher learning, it's called Hamala, higher ability, lower ability, and medium ability. When you go higher learning, you will start to know, start to visualize and think differently. Okay, this is just for food for thought. Same thing here, West and East. Now, West talk about equality. Very seems disrespectful, right? In the East, talk about hierarchy. Seems very oppressive. Shut up, I'm your father. Shut up, I'm your grandfather. Shut up, I'm the king. Shut up, I'm whoever it is. But sometimes it's good. But West, very task focused. I don't care. You cannot do this job, and then you're fired. Rolling take over antenna job. Okay, Alvin, you're good. Zhonghan, you're no good, out. Jiraiya, no good, out. Hazel, good, take over. Very task focused. Well, in the East, we give people a second chance. Hey, antenna, what happened to you? 我跟你讲，我们坐下来讲，是不是？我家里有事情，我什么什么啊？我最近生了孩子，因为工作很忙，我老公出差做工啊。You see, in the West, they don't give a damn to you. I pay you this, you just shut up and do a job. It's very true. And then I used to work in a few companies. I work in Citibank, I work in DBS Bank, I work in Fuji Xerox, any multinational company and small medium size I worked before for 20 over years in the IT firm. I know it. I like the West, honesty. Seriously, you need to be honest. But in the East, we don't talk about honesty, we talk about harmony. 哎呀，算了，不可以啦，这个做错了，不对，不用紧啦。Just cover 了，我们要和气生财啊。No, the West, I don't think so. The honesty now is the day, Rolling and Hazel, and Jiraiya, Zhonghan, Alvin, Xingyuan, and then I don't think the West is showing a lot of honesty. In fact, end up now we are in the East, seems to be more honest and harmony. So you have asked me, why am I learning all these things? You're going to learn this not for O level, but for your future A level, for your degree, for your diploma, for your whatever visual graphic text, for your editing, whatever it comes in. Well, I like this word independence. Seems stingy. No. Independence is very important for you, not the patronage. Seriously. This generation cannot talk about patronage. You must be independent. Sorry, and then let's be honest. Why you come to my class? Okay? Either you're not good in English, or you want to improve in English, or you want to learn more about English, correct? Or not? Then when you learn,
English.
sorry,
I wanted to improve English.
you want to improve. I don't care how you want to do, but at the end of the day, you want to learn something from me or from somebody or other tuition, right? Correct or not? Sorry, I always tell you, must be selfish. Do not share. Recently, one of my Sec1 learned from my editing method a lot. Okay, he used my method, every 3 word he cuts editing cut. He got 10 marks, full marks for editing. 10 upon 10. The whole class, she was the only one that got 10 upon 10. Then I asked her, are you happy? Of course not, because I don't like my English teacher. So I say, why? No, because I just don't like. Then by the way, when you cut every 3 word, 3 word, Jiraiya, know what I mean, Jiraiya? You know the editing the cut 3 word. Then I ask her, 你有没有用 eraser 跟他弄掉？当然有啦。你以为我这么笨了？如果我放那个，我老师知道我用这个 method 呢，他去 share with the whole class， 那我就不可以第一名了，对吗 ？Antenna， 对吗？人在江湖身不由己。现在你要自私，除非你的朋友 Antenna, I learned this method. Alvin, I got this method. Come, let's share with you. Then you share with them， 对吗？以上了，我来。I taught a lot of IP students. I'm so surprised that some IP students are so bloody selfish. Can I lend me your notes? Oh, I'm so sorry, Antenna, I forgot to bring my notes. Maybe next week. Then you know what happened? Later you see her in the canteen reading her notes. That's how selfish an IP student they are. Because you know what is IP student, right? Antenna? You know IP, the IP student, if you got B3 in your class, bye-bye already. They will ask you to get out of the class, of the school. You go and join express class. You know how tough my IP student, uncle, I got B3 in English. How? Yeah, because your handwriting sucks. But I cannot help it. That is how I write. Then you sorry, you continue to write like that. You got B3 lah. Then you don't listen to me. Then he forced himself. Managed to get A2. But still after that, go back to his handwriting. So that's like, so I would think that, sorry, 人不为己，天诛地灭。听过这句话吗？呢？听过吗？听过吗？中人。uncle 你这样教我做人很自私，不是自私，没办法的。难道你要最后一名在学校吗？在班上吗？你不要笨，你不要说什么嘞，你不要跟我讲你全班都是笨蛋的嘞。这是 sorry I never believe a lazy student I only believe a no motivation student. If a student is lazy, means they don't even bother to go to school. I got student like that that's called lazy. But if you go to school, means you are not lazy. You want to learn, but you're not motivated enough. So be honestly, whatever you learn, keep to yourself. Be independence. Okay, be efficiency. Okay, see, be careful. No. 听这句话，人不为己，天诛地灭。就是在这个时候，就算你出来做工，你也是要这样，可是不要做到无毒不丈夫，就是不仁不义，不忠不孝not very unscrupulous to go and disturb people, kill people, like torture and backstabbing. That's wrong. Don't be my student. What I mean is, 你该学的就学，该教的就教，该 keep 的就 keep for a while. 等到你成功了 ，share with the rest, share with whoever. Don't keep to yourself, because all these things keep to yourself. And now the world cannot be 3P. No peace, no prosperity, and no productivity. In terms of hospitality, 对啦，你以事待人 very good. Wow, well done. Everyone come, I help you. But at the end of the day, when 他们所以天上不有不散之席all good things will not last forever. It will go for one day. At the end of the day, trust me, you only got 5 weeks to go for your exam. Starting from today, if you still continue to use your handphone and play, go on, continue play. But all this time playing can convert into some efficiency in your study. Think about it. When you go to O level, you will be study lesser. Then, when I was Sec3, I failed all my subject in media. I was really struggle to complete my final year. If I don't pass my final year, I'm going to stay back in Sec3. I told myself, sorry, man. I study 10 hours per day. You won't believe it. When I say 10 hours, mean after school, I studied like shit. I memorized my history like shit. I memorized my English literature because I'm under humanities subject. I don't like A maths. I don't like science. So I memorized shit. Thank God I passed. The rest is history. From there onward, I tell myself, no. So Sec3 is the year when all of you are really sucks in terms of life, but I done my best with D-Lab. So you see, you base. You realize, and then I'm telling you a story. but I'm linking to all the words here. But I feel I done my best, Uncle Raymond. I really do my CCA well. I really study and do this. I did not pay truant. I did not get escape from class. I don't know why I still like that. Okay, I guilt based or is it shame based? You decide. It's up to you. In fact, no need to be guilt based or shame based. Be based on your own confidence. 每个人都会做错事情，每个人都会 fail in life. That's called ethics. Is it very guilty of what you know? I think I'm wrong, no? I feel that I must own up. That's good. Shame based, oh my 丢脸呢，我对不起我父母亲，我 feel 我的 exam， 哦，没有脸见他们跳楼。In my police case, sometimes we hear a boy, a girl jump down, primary school, jump down and stop school. Wow, I cannot take it. The mother is like, oh, okay, lor, 哦，你要死掉了，哦，在哪里？ Can you imagine that was what the? I was like, what the? Huh? Doesn't mean 啊，你妈咪啊，你可以读书很厉害，不等于你的孩子会 forever follow 你。他有他的个人的天才，八仙过海，各显神通。Some parents cannot take me. Sorry, I think I better pull out my son, my daughter out of your class. Go ahead, man. I don't want see my students stressed, man. Go, go, go. I want my student here to learn in a fun way. Then you'll be better. If you want to really exam, must be A1, please go and find other teacher. Exam based, sorry, I'm not interested. Once you open up all these things, your A1 will sure come in one. 对吗，若琳？对吗，钟恒？对吗，Jeraya？对吗，星远？星远 you finally pass your paper 1 and 2, right? 星远 proud of you. Every time come to classroom, good. Oh, please, Alvin, and then you are new to my class. Sorry, you have to open up. You cannot be an MOE student. You must be international student. Think internationally. Just like this one. You say everything I talk related to my subject thing, so that you can 听到心服口服。不是说 I must do this. Then hello, excuse me. How can it apply, supply in my life, uncle? So 你要孔子还要 Socrates, merge with them together. The culture of foundation of learning is just that to choose the best of the best with all your zest to beat the test, to win the rest from east to west and be the top of the crest. If you don't do that, nobody help you, no. Don't be a 死板板好像蚂蚁这样. Oh, I'll go this way, I'll go this way. Damn it, then forget it, man. That's not your life. Ladies and gentlemen, you're living in the 21st century of this year, of this generation, this era. You are that freaking lucky to live in this world at this time. Your son and daughter were even more appreciative thanks to all of you. In fact, you girls are supposed to be appreciative compared to your grandmother. Like my mama, 重男轻女，我妈妈可以读书的。My mom is from Methodist Girls School. 鸡蛋糕读到不懂 primary 3 or 4, she had to go back home and take care of the family and let my uncle to study. 唉，同人不同命。So that's why I always encourage girls to be study well. Okay, the word is be fair and equal. Why I'm telling all these things, I don't want to debate it in such a way that it's like a court case, right, Jeraya? Right, I want to bring in real life so that you feel good. You feel that, hey, hello, that's the purpose of study, man. Damn it. Now I know why my father and mother 这么用心良苦 make me to study. There is a purpose, like not study for the sake of A1, A2, hello. You ask your mommy and daddy, okay, daddy, mommy. And now I got A1, A1. Then I got university, very good scholarship. Is it confirmed I will get my dream job? Yeah, most of the time, if you're a scholar, confirm you get a good job. And then, Alvin, and all of you listening, are you happy now? I got friends who are lawyer, and I love to be a lawyer. And they tell me, what the F lawyer boring. Huh? They give up law and do other things. It's like, damn it. Here, your Uncle Raymond love to study law, got no chance to study law. You bloody hell can study law and tell me don't want, and then do other things. What the? And then some, I don't like business. Why? My father asked me to do business because he want me to run his business. Oh, and then 同人不同命，你看。Go for your flow, your passions. Seriously. This is the Eastern culture and the Western thinking. Very, very excited to tell you this. Okay, I think I have to stop here for a while first. I want to go for the listening compre. Wait, I'm going to do for the listening compre. Lorry, purposely waiting for you to do this listening compre 加油啊 Because last week 我们要做的要知道，我 just realized, oh my god, my little Rolling not here today, so cannot do. So now are you going to do this? So get a pen and paper. You don't need to submit the answer in Zoom chat. Get a pen and paper and write down the answer. Wait.
Section A, Part 1.
Can you hear? Can you hear now? And then can you hear?
Questions 1 to 6.
What did he say? What did she say? You say question 1 to 6, right? Okay, Wait, get ready, All ready? Hazel, are you ready, Hazel? Jiraiya, ready? Alvin, are you ready? Hazel, can you show me a thumbs up? Hazel, are you ready? Alvin, okay, Alvin?
Yes, I'm ready.
Okay, good. Right, ready, I will go through. Is the wording okay now? Can see now? Can see now? Is it better? Can see now? Antenna can see now? Can No excuse, I'm gonna start now, In 3, 2, 1, go.
You will hear 3 different extracts. For questions 1 to 6.
This is the old syllabus, old one.
Answer A, B, C, or D, which fits best according to what you hear. There are 2 questions for each extract. You will hear each extract twice. Extract 1. Jen, what are you reading? I'm reading a classic novel, Around the World in 80 Days by Jules Verne.
Hey, wrong.
It's an interesting read that has
Wrong.
thrilled readers since it first...
Not this one. This is practice one. Sorry. I give you the wrong one. Give me a minute,
I remember you meant... Pick the answer. Extract 1. Hi, Jenny. How's your sister coping with her course in the Polytechnic? Oh, she's adapting to it well, Melvin. She enjoys her newfound status as a young adult studying at a tertiary institution. That's nice. I remember you mentioned she was adamant about not studying in a junior college like what your parents had wished. Now she's realized her wish, hasn't she? Yes. I suppose she wants the freedom to choose the course she wants, instead of being confronted by a set of subjects that is rather fixed. Quite true. What course has she chosen, by the way? She's chosen Diploma in Perfumery and Cosmetic Science. Sounds like her to take a course like this. I remember she's always particular about the way she looks and presents herself. She gets to express her individuality too by not having to wear a uniform in the Polytechnic. Moreover, from what I gather, the course she is in is a very practical one. There is substantial demand from the industries for graduates from her course, which translates into a fairly comfortable remuneration when she works. That sounds enticing. I should commence planning my career soon so I know the ideal course for me in the future. Extract 1. Hi, Jenny. How's your sister coping with her course in the Polytechnic? Oh, she's adapting to it well, Melvin. She enjoys her newfound status as a young adult studying at a tertiary institution. That's nice. I remember you mentioned she was adamant about not studying in a junior college like what your parents had wished. Now she's realized her wish, hasn't she? Yes. I suppose she wants the freedom to choose the course she wants, instead of being confronted by a set of subjects that is rather fixed. Quite true. What course has she chosen, by the way? She's chosen Diploma in Perfumery and Cosmetic Science. Sounds like her to take a course like this. I remember she's always particular about the way she looks and presents herself. She gets to express her individuality too by not having to wear a uniform in the Polytechnic. Moreover, from what I gather, the course she is in is a very practical one. There is substantial demand from the industries for graduates from her course, which translates into a fairly comfortable remuneration when she works. That sounds enticing. I should commence planning my career soon so I know the ideal course for me in the future. Question 1. What was the reason for Jenny's sister not wanting to study in a junior college? Question 2. Why is a diploma in perfumery and cosmetic science suitable for Jenny's sister? Extract. Dr. Young, what is OCD? OCD, or obsessive compulsive disorder, is an anxiety disorder characterized by uncontrollable and repetitive ritualized behaviors which one feels compelled to perform. People with OCD may know the obsessive thoughts and compulsive behaviors are irrational, but even so, they are unable to control them. Sometimes it's quite common for most of us to double check if the lock is fastened or if the computer is switched off. So, how do we differentiate this normal behavior from OCD? OCD causes the brain to get hooked to a particular thought. For instance, you may check the air conditioner 10 times to ensure it's really switched off, or repeatedly wash your hands with antiseptic soap till they're scrubbed raw. Normal people do not go to such extremes. How can we treat OCD? A type of psychotherapy called cognitive behavior therapy is useful for treating OCD. It teaches patients different ways of thinking that help them feel less anxious. Medication can also be prescribed to help treat OCD, which includes anti-anxiety medications and antidepressants. Anti-anxiety medications are effective, but they should not be taken for long periods. Antidepressants are used to treat depression, but they are also particularly helpful for OCD. Extract 2. Dr. Young, what is OCD? OCD, or obsessive compulsive disorder, is an anxiety disorder characterized by uncontrollable and repetitive ritualized behaviors which one feels compelled to perform. People with OCD may know the obsessive thoughts and compulsive behaviors are irrational, but even so, they are unable to control them. Sometimes it's quite common for most of us to double check if the lock is fastened or if the computer is switched off. So, how do we differentiate this normal behavior from OCD? OCD causes the brain to get hooked to a particular thought. For instance, you may check the air conditioner 10 times to ensure it's really switched off, or repeatedly wash your hands with antiseptic soap till they're scrubbed raw. Normal people do not go to such extremes. How can we treat OCD? A type of psychotherapy called cognitive behavior therapy is useful for treating OCD. It teaches patients different ways of thinking that help them feel less anxious. Medication can also be prescribed to help treat OCD, which includes anti-anxiety medications and antidepressants. Anti-anxiety medications are effective, but they should not be taken for long periods. Antidepressants are used to treat depression, but they are also particularly helpful for OCD. Question 3. Which of these is not a characteristic of obsessive compulsive disorder? Question 4. How can therapy help to treat those who suffer from obsessive compulsive disorder? Extract 3. In the world of nature, every advantage an animal has increases its chances of survival. With that, it boosts its chances of reproducing to ensure continuation of its kind. This has caused animal species to evolve a number of special adaptations that help them find food and keep them from becoming prey. One pertinent adaptation is natural camouflage, which is an animal's ability to hide itself from predator and prey. In today's program, we'll discuss a few sophisticated species that can camouflage in accordance with the change in their surroundings. The Arctic fox, for instance, changes its camouflage with the seasons. Some species have natural pigments known as biochromes. Many species of octopus have biochromes that allow them to change the color and pattern of their skin. Extract 3. In the world of nature, every advantage an animal has increases its chances of survival. With that, it boosts its chances of reproducing to ensure continuation of its kind. This has caused animal species to evolve a number of special adaptations that help them find food and keep them from becoming prey. One pertinent adaptation is natural camouflage, which is an animal's ability to hide itself from predator and prey. In today's program, we'll discuss a few sophisticated species that can camouflage in accordance with the change in their surroundings. The Arctic fox, for instance, changes its camouflage with the seasons. Some species have natural pigments known as biochromes. Many species of octopus have biochromes that allow them to change the color and pattern of their skin. Question 5. Why do animals need camouflage? Question 6. Some species of octopus can camouflage themselves by Part 2. Questions 7 to 12. You will hear 6 short recordings. In each recording, a speaker talks about his or her career aspiration. For questions 7 to 12, choose from the list A to G what the speaker likes most about his or her desired career. There is one extra letter which you do not need to use. Do not use any letter more than once. You will hear the 6 recordings twice. Speaker 1. My inclination is towards the care of animals, so I would want to become a veterinarian when I grow up. To me, caring for animals is a sacred task. Sometimes, animals do not have access to appropriate care and medicine when they need them. I feel duty-bound to help them out. I believe it will be the most meaningful job for me. Speaker 2. I aspire to become a pilot in the future, not flying any plane but the most advanced fighter jet that technology has to offer. The access to the most advanced technology and weaponry in the Air Force appeals to me. Furthermore, I like to feel the adrenaline rush every time I take to the sky. Becoming a fighter pilot demands the most mental and physical rigor, so I resolve to give myself ample mental and physical training. Speaker 3. Being a classical pianist is my dream. I am particularly impressed by the classical pieces of Bach, Chopin, and Liszt. Given a chance, I want to interpret and articulate the pieces professionally. I relish the opportunity to be in renowned music capitals like Vienna and Dresden for exchanges with fellow musicians from around the world. Only then can I grow professionally to attain a higher level of musical achievement. Speaker 4. I like to take care of children. Being a pediatrician will be a natural choice for me. 5 years ago, my baby brother was hospitalized for fever. I stayed with him in the ward the entire time. I comforted him whenever he was in distress. It gave me immense satisfaction to see him getting better by the day, and when he was discharged, the joy I had propelled me to want to become a pediatrician. Speaker 5. Counseling is my cup of tea. I am by nature an inquisitive person, and I like to know about other people and their lives. Should there be distress in their lives, I like to render my assistance. It pleases me no end when I am able to better the life of someone with my effort. Speaker 6. I like art, so I think I will take up architecture to marry my interest in art with something practical. Architecture is an art that requires the artistic inspiration of the architect. It is a science at the same time as it demands precise calculations. Speaker 1. My inclination is towards the care of animals, so I would want to become a veterinarian when I grow up. To me, caring for animals is a sacred task. Sometimes, animals do not have access to appropriate care and medicine when they need them. I feel duty-bound to help them out. I believe it will be the most meaningful job for me. Speaker 2. I aspire to become a pilot in the future. Not flying any plane, but the most advanced fighter jet that technology has to offer. The access to the most advanced technology and weaponry in the Air Force appeals to me. Furthermore, I like to feel the adrenaline rush every time I take to the sky. Becoming a fighter pilot demands the most mental and physical rigor, so I resolve to give myself ample mental and physical training. Speaker 3. Being a classical pianist is my dream. I am particularly impressed by the classical pieces of Bach, Chopin, and Liszt. Given a chance, I want to interpret and articulate the pieces professionally. I relish the opportunity to be in renowned music capitals like Vienna and Dresden for exchanges with fellow musicians from around the world. Only then can I grow professionally to attain a higher level of musical achievement. Speaker 4. I like to take care of children. Being a pediatrician will be a natural choice for me. 5 years ago, my baby brother was hospitalized for fever. I stayed with him in the ward the entire time. I comforted him whenever he was in distress. It gave me immense satisfaction to see him getting better by the day, and when he was discharged, the joy I had propelled me to want to become a pediatrician. Speaker 5. Counseling is my cup of tea. I am by nature an inquisitive person, and I like to know about other people and their lives. Should there be distress in their lives, I like to render my assistance. It pleases me no end when I am able to better the life of someone with my effort. Speaker 6. I like art, so I think I will take up architecture to marry my interest in art with something practical. Architecture is an art that requires the artistic inspiration of the architect. It is a science at the same time as it demands precise calculations.
Please turn on your camera, Alvin and Jiraiya.
Part 3. Question 13. You will hear a recording about post-secondary education choices. For question 13, choose from the list A to F 4 pieces of advice which are stated or implied in the recording. Put a tick for each piece of advice. No mark will be awarded if you tick more than 4 pieces of advice. You will hear the recording twice. You are all about to come to the end of your secondary school life. It is about time to think of where you want to further your studies. There are 3 main destinations, including the pre-university centers, polytechnics and ITEs, also known as Institutes of Technical Education. The pre-university centers include the junior colleges that offer a 2-year course leading up to the GCE A-levels and Millennia Institute that offers a 3-year course leading up to the GCE A-levels. These courses are relevant for those of you who aspire to do a degree in the university, as they have a greater emphasis on academics. Students who wish to pursue vocational education can go on to the polytechnics and the ITEs, where they receive a diploma upon successful completion of their courses. Graduates of polytechnics with good grades can continue to pursue further tertiary education at local and overseas universities. You are all about to come to the end of your secondary school life. It is about time to think of where you want to further your studies. There are 3 main destinations, including the pre-university centers, polytechnics and ITEs, also known as Institutes of Technical Education. The pre-university centers include the junior colleges that offer a 2-year course leading up to the GCE A-levels and Millennia Institute that offers a 3-year course leading up to the GCE A-levels. These courses are relevant for those of you who aspire to do a degree in the university, as they have a greater emphasis on academics. Students who wish to pursue vocational education can go on to the polytechnics and the ITEs, where they receive a diploma upon successful completion of their courses. Graduates of polytechnics with good grades can continue to pursue further tertiary education at local and overseas universities. Part 4. Questions 14 to 21. You will hear a young person called Joe giving a talk on a volunteering experience in Cambodia. As you listen, take note of the main ideas and details. Complete the graphic organizer below. You will hear the recording twice. Good evening, everyone. Thank you for inviting me to talk about my volunteering experience in Cambodia. My name is Joe, and I would like to share what it's like to volunteer in a country like Cambodia. I did some volunteering at an inspiring place called Siem Reap. The education level in Cambodia is significantly low, leading to an abysmal level of poverty and unemployment. English is essential for most jobs, but many children do not have the opportunity to learn the language. This type of education is simply a luxury as most parents do not have the means. Volunteers assist in teaching the children English. Sometimes, other subjects such as information technology, mathematics, and art are also taught. You do not need to be a qualified or experienced teacher to be a volunteer teacher. The schools where volunteers are placed run throughout the year and only close on public holidays. This means volunteers can participate in the Teaching English project throughout the year without being interrupted by long holidays. Besides requiring teachers, Cambodia needs volunteers for its orphanages. It has an incredibly high number of orphan children relative to the population. Many children have lost their parents due to HIV, human immunodeficiency virus. Volunteers usually work between 4 and 8 hours per day. The work includes administrative duties, cooking, cleaning, feeding, teaching, caring for children, as well as organizing activities such as painting, singing, and sports, though most emphasis is given to teaching. At an orphanage or center for HIV-infected or disabled children, the focus is less on teaching and more on childcare. The children at these placements are always very happy to be in the company of volunteers, as these people are often rejected in Cambodian society. The non-government organizations and orphanages in Cambodia depend a lot on computer technology and the internet for its publicity. However, there is a lack of local knowledge in this area. Volunteers are required to provide assistance to implement and maintain computer systems to maximize the effectiveness of the communication. They can develop websites and social media accounts. Experience with certain computer programs is very valuable indeed. Some placements require volunteers who can teach students to use basic computer programs and website design. Volunteers can choose to volunteer for durations ranging from 2 weeks to 24 weeks. They must be 18 years or older on the program start date and have at least a secondary school education. Teaching volunteers must be fluent in English. My volunteer experience has been very edifying, and I am so grateful to be given the opportunity to serve. I look forward to returning to Cambodia as this experience has enriched my life. I wish you will want to take up volunteering if you have the opportunity. Please feel free to approach me should you have any questions. Thank you. Good evening, everyone. Thank you for inviting me to talk about my volunteering experience in Cambodia. My name is Joe, and I would like to share what it's like to volunteer in a country like Cambodia. I did some volunteering at an inspiring place called Siem Reap. The education level in Cambodia is significantly low, leading to an abysmal level of poverty and unemployment. English is essential for most jobs, but many children do not have the opportunity to learn the language. This type of education is simply a luxury as most parents do not have the means. Volunteers assist in teaching the children English. Sometimes, other subjects such as information technology, mathematics, and art are also taught. You do not need to be a qualified or experienced teacher to be a volunteer teacher. The schools where volunteers are placed run throughout the year and only close on public holidays. This means volunteers can participate in the Teaching English project throughout the year without being interrupted by long holidays. Besides requiring teachers, Cambodia needs volunteers for its orphanages. It has an incredibly high number of orphan children relative to the population. Many children have lost their parents due to HIV, human immunodeficiency virus. Volunteers usually work between 4 and 8 hours per day. The work includes administrative duties, cooking, cleaning, feeding, teaching, caring for children, as well as organizing activities such as painting, singing, and sports, though most emphasis is given to teaching. At an orphanage or center for HIV-infected or disabled children, the focus is less on teaching and more on childcare. The children at these placements are always very happy to be in the company of volunteers, as these people are often rejected in Cambodian society. The non-government organizations and orphanages in Cambodia depend a lot on computer technology and the internet for its publicity. However, there is a lack of local knowledge in this area. Volunteers are required to provide assistance to implement and maintain computer systems to maximize the effectiveness of the communication. They can develop websites and social media accounts. Experience with certain computer programs is very valuable indeed. Some placements require volunteers who can teach students to use basic computer programs and website design. Volunteers can choose to volunteer for durations ranging from 2 weeks to 24 weeks. They must be 18 years or older on the program start date and have at least a secondary school education. Teaching volunteers must be fluent in English. My volunteer experience has been very edifying, and I am so grateful to be given the opportunity to serve. I look forward to returning to Cambodia as this experience has enriched my life. I wish you will want to take up volunteering if you have the opportunity. Please feel free to approach me should you have any questions. Thank you.
Okay, this one is only once, so please pay attention. Okay, it's talking about this one. Let me see, I can make it smaller so that you can see both of the paper. Okay, it's about this one, horse and pony, horse and pony, right? So I just put it. Okay, that is the last question now. Okay, I want to make it so that everyone can see. Okay, can see, all can see, ready? In 3, 2, 1, once only, once. In 3, 2, 1, go.
Section B, Part 5, Question 22. You will hear a teacher sharing with the class about horses and ponies. As you listen, complete the notes. You do not need to write in full sentences. You will hear the recording only once. In today's lesson, we want to learn about the differences between ponies and horses. Ponies and horses both belong to the family of equines. A horse is an equine that is about 14.2 hands high or more, and a pony is an equine that is below that height. Each hand is equivalent to 10 centimeters, which is about the size of an adult man's hand. The largest horse in history was a Shire horse called Mammoth. Born in 1848, it stood 21.2 hands high, 2.2 meters, and weighed 1,497 kilograms. Size is not the only differentiating criterion, though. Some horses are smaller than a typical pony, and yet they are not considered ponies, but horses. For example, the Falabella horse, which stands typically below 7.5 hands, is deemed a very small horse, not pony. In addition, Caspian horses, which are typically under 12 hands, are not considered ponies. The world's smallest horse is the Thumbelina. It is a fully mature miniature horse, but it suffers from dwarfism. It stands at 43 centimeters tall and weighs only 26 kilograms. The other differentiating criteria lie in their temperament and physical makeup. Ponies have calmer temperaments and a high level of equine intelligence. This makes them suitable for rides by children, not so for adults due to the weight of the latter. They are also much stockier than horses. They also have thicker manes, tails, and coats, and so are able to withstand cold better. They have proportionally shorter legs, heavier bones, shorter and thicker necks, and short heads with broader foreheads. Ponies require a lot of space and care, so most backyards are not good enough to raise a pony. The smallest pony in the world was named Little Pumpkin. It stood at 36 centimeters tall and weighed only 9 kilograms. The anatomy of horses allows them to use speed to escape predators. Horses tend to have longer bodies as well as narrower faces and necks. Their bone structure is lighter than that of ponies, and their hair is often thinner. Like ponies, they are generally intelligent, but they do not have the same tendency to stubbornness. They have a sense of balance that is well developed. They also have an unusual trait, which is the ability to sleep lying down and standing up. This is due to their need to escape predators. Female horses are called mares, and they carry their young for approximately 11 months. A young horse is called a foal, and it can stand and run shortly following birth. It reaches full adult development by 5 years of age. They have an average lifespan of between 25 and 30 years. The longest living horse in recorded history was Old Billy, that lived to the age of 62 in the 19th century. Now that you understand the differences between horses and ponies, do your best to fill in this form, which I'm going to distribute to you.
Okay, you have 1 minute to go through this, look through it, and I'll give you the answer, right? Look at it. I'm going to give you the answer soon. Okay, everyone? Alvin, okay? Because I can't see your face. Hazel, I think you should be okay, no problem. Draya, I saw your message already, okay? In 3, 2, 1, I'm going to stop sharing. I'm going to give you an answer. Be honest. Thank you, Hazel. Be honest and sincere to me, okay? Don't cheat to me and don't give it. If it's wrong, okay? No big deal, right? So I'm going to read the answer from the practice section A1, part 1, number 1, D for Delta, Denmark. 2, B for British, Bangkok. 3, A for no, I don't like Australia or Apple. 4, B for boy or British. 5, C for China. Number 6, B for British or Bangkok. Number 7, F for France or Finland. Number 8, E for England. Number 9, B for Bangkok or British. Number 10, C for China. Number 11, Australia, A for Australia. Number 12, am I too fast? Continue, Can, 12 is D for Denmark. Okay, D for Denmark, can, Okay. Number 13 will be Alpha, Bravo, Echo, and France. Okay, it's apple, banana, egg yolk, and fruits. Number 14, significantly, SIGNIFICANTLY, significantly. If your answer is different, please later let me finish first, then tell me your answer. Number 15, unaffordable, UNAFFORDABLE. Number 16, orphanages, ORPHANAGES. Number 17, incredibly, INCREDIBLY. Number 18, HIV. Wow, I tell you, this one is very horrible. I've seen those children go through all these HIV. They really die They died at a young age and they died in a very, very sad and torturing death because of their father, mother passed to them. And when their parents know that their baby got HIV, they will just throw on the roadside, throw in the hospital and let these people, kids to die on their own. Or some of them put them in the homes. But you know, this disease can spread. Nobody dare to handle them. 他生来这个世界是来痛苦，很可怜的。Number 19, computer technology and the internet. Computer technology and the internet for 19. Number 20, publicity. Publicity, P-U-B-L-I-C-I-T-Y. Number 21, implement. I-M-P-L-E-M-E-N-T. I-M-P-L-E-M-E-N-T. Dryer, when you read this one, Cambodia, I think of your daddy. Your daddy have been going to Cambodia for many years, doing all this wonderful, awesome, and beautiful volunteer work in Cambodia, building a lot of nice houses and toilets and school for them. In the name of Jesus Christ, pray for your father and your family. Thank God. I supposed to go with him last year, but unfortunately I didn't. I'm not sure. I have to check with him. I'm not sure. This year, 他没有去哦 this year. 他也没有去哦 I'm not sure next year we're going there. No? Okay, anyway, hope that one day you'll be, maybe next year next year cannot, your O-level. Maybe after your O-level, you should really follow your daddy and Uncle Raymond. Maybe three of us, we can go together to the Cambodia and help these people. Really very sad. Really very sad. Okay. Okay, can you see the answer I just sent? Is it too small? Can see that? The answer is equines, E-Q-U-I-N-E-S. Okay, now let's go for part 4. Anyone different from part 4 for question number 14 to 21? Anyone different, please unmute your mic and tell me, Uncle Raymond, I got number 15 different from you, number 17, number 19, whatever. Or you don't want to talk to me, you can type your answer in the Zoom chat. No? No? Antenna? Antenna?
Number 15 I wrote essential, then number 16 I wrote children.
Number 15 is essential, Ken. Number what?
Number 16 I wrote children.
You wrote what, sorry, again?
15 I wrote essential and 16 I wrote children.
Children 不可以，15就可以。还有谁 ？Alvin OK 了 ，Alvin。14 to 21可以吗 ？Alvin thumbs up 啦 ，can 啦 ，thank you sir。Hazel OK 啊 ，Hazel I know you 啦，if you cannot you unmute and tell me OK 啊，Hazel。Thank you。can 啊。Okay, let's go for this one. Can see the answer, Rolling. Can you see the answer I sent out? Can So the next one is they have calmer temperaments and they have thicker manes, tails, and coats. Ponies have heavier bones. Of course, they are so short, right? And ponies have thicker necks. Oh yeah, of course their necks are so short. Between 25 and 30 years. Anyone different from me now? Please, Dryer, I know you cannot talk to me. You can type in your answer. Please count your mark, calculate your mark upon 30. 30分 30 marks. This might be your last listening compre for this year. I'm not sure whether you got LC next month or have. Some of you have. Some don't have, then okay lah. But these are old syllabus. I think I was thinking to use the old syllabus to teach. Is it? Okay, tell your marks, please. Show your marks, my dear children. Okay, this is the one. And this is okay. Next time you can ask Uncle Raymond what homework. If you are continue with our lesson, you can WhatsApp me. Okay, you can join the group chat together also. If you don't mind, we will have a group chat. My number is this one. So you don't need to bother your mommy. Okay, you can WhatsApp me anything, and then you can ask all of them. You can call, you can give me your homework at 9 p.m., 11 p.m., whatever time, 7 days a week. Okay, I will read my message every day without fail. And I'll reach, you can ask Hazel and Rolling any time of the day. You need any help, but if you send a message about math, I'm going to kill you. Okay, don't send me math, I can kill you because I don't need to kill you. By the time I read your math question, I die already, 995. So don't send me math question. You can send me history, social study, English literature, fine. Even geography also no problem. So this is a topics, I think it's surprisingly, Rolling and all of you listening. One of my Step 4 students said, wow, Uncle Raymond, my exam came out with one of similar question of this. Wow, lucky him, right? It came out now. So this is the essay questions. I hope seriously now you're having a school holiday tolong. In Malay it's called tolong 就求求你你们做了做。你不要做是你的事I say and then I don't bother Alvin, I don't bother. You want to hand it, you hand it. Don't want to hand it, that's your problem. The more you hand it, I mean, you make my life very happy. It's not like handing it to shit, man. Why you hand your homework? Okay, you don't hand it, you learn lesser. Recently, I know Rolling is sending in very few essay, naughty girl. But she said, no, Uncle Raymond, I got a lot of things to do. Remember last time I handed a lot. Wow. Now, but I still got my A1 English, right? So I got excuse, right? Please, hello? Continue. Don't give me this kind of very good excuses. I know it's a good excuses, but if you still want to maintain your A1 and your A2, like some of you here, please, I say I'm not interested in like A1 and 2. But I'm more interested in your homework. You know why? The moment you send your homework, I feel very rejuvenated. Wow, my adrenaline level very good. Wow, I like to read essay. So that is my job. Okay, I never hate to mark essay. I know some teacher will say, wow, 闲啊, mark essay, and that's your job. Doctor 就是要救人，警察就是要抓人，军人就是要保护国家，对吗？老师就是要改卷子嘛，但你不要做老师啦。Okay, please do it. So, and then you got the essay, right? Oh, I leave it to you. But of course, you can add any essay you want to. My next week essay is going to be very fun. Online game versus outdoor games. Whoa, interesting topic. Yeah, online game versus outdoor game. Online is that means I do study a lot about these brains, about how students continue to play game, but don't put edit. My advice is you still need to play some game at this period of time, but cut it down maybe instead of 2 hours, maybe 20 minutes, 30 minutes to refresh, to cool down, to distress yourself. But not play the whole day, and don't play go and play Genshin's, LOL, Minecraft, Roblox, all these things. Don't play anymore. And don't play the chess also. Chess, you play one game, can stop already. Control yourself. If you want to watch TikTok, control yourself. I know I sent some TikTok message to you all. That one is to motivate you to study. So the next 1 month, if you're going to screw up, you're going to suffer for October, November, December. And some of you know your result no good, you're going to stay back in Sec3. That's not me. That's how it works. So please send me. If you've got nothing to do, Zhonghen, you can write sentences. Okay, each sentences antenna to tell you is the best is 12 to 15 words. Antenna is a girl. Nothing wrong, right? Antenna is a girl who likes to go shopping with her parents every Sunday without fail. Now you get it? The 12 to 15 words is the best for summary. Okay, now it's going to end time, but just share with you. Alvin also take note. 12 to 15 words. It helps you in the summary. It helps you in the proper sentences. It helps you in the past, present, future tense. And the most important thing, using FISPOT, right? You should know by now FISPOT. Okay, I have this here. I show you here before, right? Oh my God. Give me just a few minutes. Anyway, tomorrow half day, I tell you. No need to worry. This is FISPOT, and then a FISPOT. So only for Uncle Raymond lesson only. Copyright. Okay, use this like to 点缀你整个 essay, 整个letter writing, situation writing. Okay, so 12 to 15 words. Learn, and then if nothing to do, write sentences 12 to 15 words. Past, present tense, add in. A friend in need is a friend indeed. Now I know why this phrase is important in my life. One sentence there. Correct now. When I saw my result, I was as happy as a lark that I passed with flying color. 一个 sentence 了，就是这样写。Okay, my eldest son now is 29 years old. When he was primary 2 to JC2, he wrote 8,000 sentences. My daughter 6,000. Now she's 25 years old. Now my younger son PSLE. Xingyuan, tell them, true now. My son PSLE, right? Every Saturday come to my god sister. Correct now. Xingyuan, my younger son PSLE is already 2,000 sentences, 1,000 or 2,000 sentences. That's why the moment you write sentences, 你就会很快的就会写那个作文。真的 ，once you write sentences， 它已经灌输了，好像这样 2 times 2 is 4， 2 times 3 is 6， 2 times 3 is 6， right？ 对啊 ，2 times 3 is 6。Suddenly I forgot. Sorry. 2 times 4 is 8. It's like continuous one， 知道吗 ？Antenna and Alvin 一样的，好像你小时候你学成语这样， 床前明月光这样好像不是这个是 Proverbs. Just do that. Okay, in order to make sure that you score a B, honestly, write sentences, send to me, take a picture, WhatsApp me, Uncle Raymond, this is my homework. Then I correct, I tell you what is wrong, and what is correct. Okay, trust me, it helps you a lot. Not my 3 children doing sentences. A lot of my students do that. Jiraiya, you agree or not, Jiraiya? Yeah, you are the one who wrote about 500 sentences, right? When you're primary 5 and 26, right? Around 500, right? Does it help to improve your handwriting now? Tell them. Most of the time, Saturday, come to my class also, right? I'm going to mark your social studies soon, your paper. Okay, did I record now? Okay, thank you very much, everyone. I wish you a good holiday. I'll see you next Wednesday. But please, in the meanwhile, don't go first. In the meanwhile, if you've got any school homework in English or anything, you need to ask me. By all means, if you have literature, I love it. All right. Thank you, Alvin. Next time, I hope I see